Yes guys, welcome back to another game week. Game week 27, Premier League predictions. We're back again with another video. The videos are kind of thick and fast. So much football content right now. I'm loving it. And make sure, before we get into this video, that you go and watch all my previous videos, all my predictions, all my match reactions. Leave a like. It doesn't cost anything to support me. And as always, appreciate all the support that I get. And yeah, is anyone else bouncing off the walls after yesterday's performance at Anfield? What a win. Felt surreal waking up for the first time since 2014, coming away with a victory at Anfield. And it was a massive step forward, and it shows the potential of this squad, and it shows the impact that Thomas Tuchel's brought to Chelsea. But we're not here to talk about Chelsea, that's for another video. And yeah, we're here to do Premier League predictions, and this one's a big one. It includes the Manchester derby. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first game to kickstart the weekend comes at Turf Moor, where it's Burnley facing an Arsenal side who are in decent form, and they've picked up a few decent results, including the one against Benfica that sent them through to the next round of the Europa League. And yeah, a couple of good wins for Arsenal and a bounce has put them in potential for European football. They're not going to get top four, there's no chance, but in terms of getting Europa League next season, then that's a distinct possibility for Mikel Arteta's men. I think they'll beat Burnley. Burnley, pretty bang average again. Just like I have no words to say for Burnley anymore. I feel like I've summed them up so many times in so many videos. But yeah, I can't see him getting anything against Arsenal. I think Arsenal will be too strong for them. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Arsenal win. Aubameyang to score. My dad's gone 2-1 to Arsenal. So yeah, both expecting away wins for this one. Let's move on. Okay, so the next game is a big one, and it comes at Bramall Lane, where it's Sheffield United taking on Southampton. And in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, Sheffield United already relegated. But people are questioning, will Southampton get relegated? Now, it's crazy to think they were flying high, top of the league after they beat Newcastle in November, I believe, and they were top elite, like I said. And now their decline is they've lost 6 out of 7, and of course the only point they've got was against us. Shock. But yeah, Southampton have to win this game. Like, it's such an important game in their season. If they win out, I think they'll be all right, but if they lose, God, they are dragged right into it. I think they will win it, but Sheffield United, credit to them, really good win, and it shows like that they're still fighting, even though they pretty much know they're relegated. What a win against Villa to win 1-0. But I think Southampton have so much to prove, and they're going to bounce, and Ralph's not going to let that side lose again. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 to Southampton. My dad's gone the absolute opposite, and he's gone 1-0 to Sheffield United. So yeah, let's see what happens on that one. But yeah, I feel like Ralph and his men need to put in a good performance, and let's see what happens. Let's move on. Okay, so the next game comes at the Midlands, where it is Aston Villa taking on Wolves in a Midlands derby. And yeah, both teams have been decent in recent weeks. Decent, I would say. Villa have always say it, they've overachieved this season and having a really good season. If they win this game, they can push right up again. They're not going to get European football, in my opinion, but yeah, regardless, they've had a really good season. And yeah, shame about them losing to Sheffield for them, like in terms of their push for European football. But yeah, it's a bit of a reality check for Dean Smith's men. The sooner Jack Grealish comes back, the better, in my opinion, for Aston Villa. Of course, many people's opinion, because people say he's like the best English talent and all that stuff. I don't agree with that, but he's a good player, don't get me wrong. But yeah, Wolves being Wolves, draw against Newcastle, and then them losing 4-1 to Man City in the week. They actually equalised in that game, and they played all right. But yeah, the scoreline flattered Man City, definitely. But for this game, I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Both teams to get a point. And my dad's gone with exactly the same. So he's expecting a draw as well. And yeah, I think 2 evenly matched teams will match each other out on the day. And especially, but yeah, I do believe if Villa had Jack Grealish, and I don't think he's in for this game, they would win. But yeah, without Grealish, it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Let's move on. Okay, so the last game comes... So the last game comes at the South Coast, where it is Brighton taking on Leicester in a game that they've impacts both ends of the table. Brighton need the points for obvious reasons. That they're in a relegation battle. Like, I can't believe they are. Like, everyone says it. They play such good football, but they just don't get results. Like, they don't score goals, and like they have so many attempts without scoring. It's incredible. Like, they must have one of the most attempts in the league. Like, they have so many shots, and like summed it up last week when they lost to West Brom. God knows how they lost that game, but that sums up Brighton for you. And Leicester on a bit of a blip without Maddison and Barnes. That's really impacted Leicester in a negative way, and yeah, they need to get something here. They got something against Burnley. They weren't convincing though, were they? Let's be real. Burnley gave them the goal, didn't they, ultimately? And even though it was a good finish by Iheanacho, don't get me wrong, but yeah, Burnley gifted it a bit. But yeah, Leicester need the points. Brighton need the points. I'm going to have another draw, I think. Yeah, 1-1 draw on the fence. Leicester, if they have any serious ambition of staying in the top four where they've been all season, which is remarkable, then they need to win this game. And I think they're going to get a draw because Brighton are decent. My dad has gone and backed the home team, so he's gone with Brighton doing Chelsea a massive favour and beating Leicester, which could ultimately happen if Brighton take their chances, but they just don't, and that's their problem. But yeah, interesting game this one, which affects both ends, so let's move on. Okay, so the first game on the Sunday comes at the Hawthorns, where it is West Bromwich Albion taking on Newcastle in a game that affects the relegation side of things. And yeah, it's a massive game for Newcastle. I don't think West Brom are going to stay up, but for Newcastle to stay up, they need to get something desperately. They need to win ultimately. Like, draws are right, but it's all about the 3 points, isn't it, really, when you're down there? And yeah, will they get it? I don't think so. I think that West Brom are playing decent. They were unlucky not to get something against Everton last night, but yeah, that little bit of quality did show for Everton in the end, and they managed to pick up 3 points. But yeah, West Brom, they're going down. Newcastle, I can't call the third team. I think Sheffield, West Brom are definitely down. It's whoever the third team is that I'm not sure about right now. And yeah, will it be Newcastle? And if they did lose this game, it could easily be Newcastle. Like, they're in such bad form. They've had bust ups at the training ground and all that. But ultimately, I think it's going to be a 0-0 draw. I don't really go with many 0-0s, but for this one, I just think 0-0. All over it. And yeah, my dad has gone with a home win, so he's gone West Bromwich Albion to beat Newcastle, which would be a big 3 points, a big Sam. And yeah, leave Newcastle like, oh God, could you imagine the outroar if Newcastle lost this game? It could easily happen, don't get me wrong, but I think a draw. Let's move on. Okay, so next game comes at Anfield, where it's Liverpool have lost 5 league games at home in a row, which is remarkable, taking on a Fulham side who were unlucky against Tottenham last time out. Yeah, let's talk about Liverpool. They were just crap last night, weren't they, really? Like, imagine could never have thought they'd take Salah off with 30 minutes to go. Like, they're top goal scorer in all competitions, and they're taking him off. That's remarkable. Like, you never thought that a year ago, would you? But that's football, and if you want to be the best, you got to buy, and you know, like, you can't. Liverpool have obviously been remarkable for the last couple of years, but they just didn't buy well. Like, Thiago hasn't fit into Liverpool. Obviously, the loss of injuries has made a massive impact, but yeah, there's more to it than just injuries. Liverpool just don't have the tempo that they did have last season. Whether that's because of the crowd, who knows? But yeah, Jurgen Klopp's got a little challenge on his hands to get them top 4, and will they do it? I think they will. But yeah, they need to win this game against the Fulham side who are fighting for their lives, and they are showing real passion. They got so unlucky against Tottenham, but that's football ultimately. And yeah, Tottenham won't care about that one, will they? But yeah, I think Liverpool will win this one 1-0. I think it's going to be a really tight, cagey game, and Liverpool would just have enough to break Fulham down. But yeah, Fulham won't make it easy, and they could get something. Could be a shock result. 6 home defeats in a row. God, that would be mental. But yeah, my dad's gone with a 2-1 to Liverpool, so he's back in Liverpool as well. Let's move on. All right, so next up we have the Manchester derby, and yeah, big game for Man United, more than Man City, I think, because Man City have the title wrapped up, 14 clear. It's over. They're not getting caught. They're too good. And yeah, with this one, I just I think Man City's class would be too much for Man United. Man United are really poor in recent weeks. Like that draw, that draw against Crystal Palace summed up. I don't see it with Ollie, to be honest. I haven't for a while. I don't think they're going to win anything anytime soon. Could come back to bite me, but I just don't see it with Man United. Like an Ollie, I just can't see him winning anything ultimately, and that's what it's all about. But I know a lot of people have different opinions, which is fair enough. Can't argue with that. It's your opinion. But yeah, onto this game. Man City will be too strong. You can't look past Man City, can you? Let's be real. I'm going to go with a 3-1 to Man City. They've conceded in the last 2 games, which is a massive surprise, isn't it? Considering how many games that they get with clean sheets. But yeah, I can see Man United scoring, but ultimately Man City's class would be too good. And yeah, my dad's gone with 2-1. Surely it can't be another 0-0, can it? Let's see what happens. But yeah, both Man City wins from us. Let's move on. Okay, so to round up the Sunday fixtures, and it comes at the new White Hart Lane, where it's Tottenham taking on Crystal Palace. And yeah, I think an home win here straight away. Tottenham in decent form, to be honest. Mourinho's brought it back a little bit after a really bad spell in the Premier League. Palace, they don't have many shots, do they? That's their old problem. Like, they could have won it against Man United the other night, but yeah, Van Arnott missed. Well, it's a good save from Dean Henderson, to be fair. And yeah, I expect Tottenham to win this one just because they've got some great attacking players right now. Bale, Ali, Son and Kane all showing up, Lucas, all them players. And yeah, will Tottenham get top 4? I don't think they will, because I feel like they've always got that leaky defence about them. They could concede a goal any time. That could cost them. But yeah, I think they'll win this one 2-0 banker. My dad's gone saying 2-0 banker, Tottenham. Happy days for Tottenham fans. But yeah, big 3 points for Mourinho's men. Let's move on. Okay, so the first game on the Monday comes at the Bridge, where it's Chelsea taking on Everton. Two teams in really good form, and yeah, both fighting for them Champions League spots. Will Everton do it? I'm not too sure. Will Chelsea do it? I think we will, but I'm not confident unless we win. If we win this game, I feel that's a big statement and we can push on. I know obviously the Liverpool win was nice, but if we turn up against Everton and don't perform and get a draw or lose, that's not great, and it's not really good enough, to be honest. We need to win this game. We've got a really good record at home against Everton. Everton don't beat us often at home, and yeah, I expect us to carry on and get another 3 points. And yeah, I'm going to go with 1-0. Straight up 1-0. Defensive masterclass again. Andres Christensen, what a man. He's changed my opinion and changed a lot of people's opinion on him. And yeah, that's a credit to him. Thiago Silva doesn't get in the team for me right now. And yeah, it's looking good for Tuchel's Chelsea. And yeah, if we can pick up another 3 points, that would be another important 3 points. My dad's gone 2-0, so yeah, he's back in the boys in blue, the home team, to get the job done. And yeah, but this won't be a walk over Everton. We know Everton's threat, and yeah, Richarlison's in red hot form at the moment, isn't he? So let's see what happens, but you've got to back us. Also, match reaction will be out after the game, so make sure you look out for that one. Let's move on to the last 2 games of the match week. Okay, so the penultimate game of the match week comes at the London Stadium, where it's West Ham who are flying, taking on Leeds, who are just inconsistent. Let's be real. And yeah, credit to David Moyes. I credit him a lot. He's done really well for West Ham United, and yeah, he's proved a lot of people wrong, hasn't he? He's got the squad plan. He's got key players like Antonio, Rice, Souček, really good signings, especially the Czech boys coming in. And yeah, with Leeds, they're just inconsistent. You can't predict Leeds. They're the hardest team to predict. But yeah, for me, I think West Ham are going to win. Credit to them against Man City last time. They were really good, weren't they? And yeah, they were unlucky to lose the game, to be honest with you. But that's football. And yeah, but for this one, I just think West Ham are going to be too strong. I'm going to go with a 2-0 to West Ham. Good night's work for David Moyes' men, and it keeps him in the hunt for top 4. And yeah, a bad result for Marcelo Bielsa's team, who are comfortably safe. There's no question about that. But yeah, they're just going to be mid-table like I expected at the start of the season. let's move on to the last game. So yes, I've already done 10, but there is 11 games at Man City. Southampton was a postponed game. I'm not sure why. I think was it a COVID outbreak? Or I don't know why this game's being played, but yeah, there's one more game, and yeah, I think Man City will win this one comfortably. Southampton, like I said earlier in the video, they're not performing at all, but yeah, could you imagine like the worst informed team taking on the best team, like, and Southampton rock up and win that game? Could you imagine? But I can't see it happening. My dad's gone 3-0. I'm going 2-0 Man City, straight up, comfortable. And yeah, 3 more points to Guardiola's men. So that's been Premier League predictions. So as always, thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments who your team's playing. And yeah, share it, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday night for Chelsea versus Everton match reaction. Fingers crossed, the boys can pick up 3 points. Let's see what happens. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support, like I always say. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.